10 years of peace, the evil Dimer has returned. It's up to Princess Arzette to defeat him. In this new interactive animated adventure, Arzette must explore the kingdom of Faramore, slay fearsome foes, acquire powerful items, discover secrets, assist colorful characters,
Allow me to heal you.
and defeat Dimer's minions.
Here to challenge me?
Featuring hand-painted backgrounds, animated scenes,
My goods will improve your fortunes, so long as you improve mine.
an outstanding original score, and talent from previous interactive adventures. Good! This will be a journey you won't want to miss. Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore, coming soon to your interactive multimedia system.
Pay with something, will ya?
Starting with River City Girl Zero, we've been bringing these Japanese-only releases to a Western audience.
And I think being able to put that on modern platforms is fantastic, allows more people to experience something that they may have never experienced before. We are definitely looking into more of these. Personally, I want to see more horror games.
I'm Mariel Cartwright. I am the creative lead of the Port Plus version of Clock Tower. I've always been a big horror fan. I love, Resident Evil and Silent Hill. I just love horror games in general and horror movies. But Clock Tower in particular is a game that I discovered when I was probably about 16, and it holds a really special place in my heart because at the time it was the scariest thing I had ever played. As this character Jennifer, I'm trying to get away from the Scissor Man. We have a ton of games where you're fighting monsters and you're shooting them with guns, and that can still be scary, but Clock Tower is distinct in that you really don't have any of those tools.
It was one of the first experiences for me that really was like that in terms of horror, and I think that that's fantastic.
It is true survival horror. You can only survive, and I think it is a game that has a lot of quieter tension. Jennifer is such an interesting character because at the start of the game, we don't know a lot about her, and I think the game does such an amazing job of revealing a very heartbreaking story about her, through different playthroughs of the game because it has a bunch of endings. And I think that's part of what got me so attached.
There's kind of like the reverse engineering aspect of that, and then there's the other aspect of like, how do you get this stuff back into the game?
Usually we always try to have both the legacy product as it was, and also offer something that's surprising. Like in River City Zero, we had the manga cutscenes. That's a fun little surprise for people.
Directing the animated opening is pretty crazy.
That's where we can add our own creativity, adding intro sequences and new translations.
For Clock Tower specifically, there's a lot of like scripting events in there, so there might be a command to say, change the display speed of text. That's kind of been a tricky thing too with localization. It's like, how do I represent that?
Being able to kind of oversee that and bring a new vision of this game to life, to be a part of it in any way at all, is just incredible.
Were you expecting someone else? Kept you waiting, huh?
InGen must be eliminated. I will have control of Jurassic Park.
Run, Jane, run!
Oh, God.
It is the first American-produced visual novel.
He came up to me and asked if I'd be interested in doing a video game, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. We were just like Ed Wood, on the run, let's go do it, quick.
It only became this weird cult classic through the sort of YouTube zeitgeist.
I didn't think it was going to make a very good episode, but I tried anyway.
Technologically, it's rather anemic.
I mean, look at it. Either people love it.
I'm giving it too much credit.
Or they hate it.
It is a grease fire.
Or they think it's funny.
This game sort of has a legacy that's very special and one of a kind.
I think you'll love it.
She is nothing but a commoner. I am no longer the timid woman you once knew. Just because you were married into this family doesn't mean you have class. I am the one who will inherit the family. This house will be mine. I shall make you obey me. It will be a piece of cake for me to dodge your slaps.
Rose and Camellia Collection, coming soon on Nintendo Switch.
My name is Matt Bozon. I'm the creative director at WayForward. I'm the director of the Shantae video game series, and that's what I do. You want me to do that again? So the story of how we went from Shantae Game Boy Color to Shantae Advance is Shantae was finished, but had not shipped yet. So we were already working on Shantae Advance for quite some time at this point. Shantae, the original, was very well reviewed. Sales were not good. So when we're taking the Game Boy Advance demo, which was about an hour and a half long, we'd start taking that to places. We go, well, here we go. And they go, how was the sales data for, how did Shantae the original do? We go, oh, not well at all. Do you want the new game? So it was a tough market. It was really difficult, and it was all retail driven. So there'd be too many creative compromises to either get it on a tiny, tiny cartridge, or maybe a cartridge where you couldn't save your progress. We just didn't want a less ambitious Shantae game. We wanted it to be the game that we wanted to make. So for those reasons, we just shut it down and archived all the files and put it away. I'd like to finish that work. It seems weird that it was left undone, and I think fans would like it. Could you just like release pieces of it on the internet or something? Never wanted to do it because I'm like, maybe someday we'll have a chance. Well, we got our chance now. The game's title is Shantae Risky Revolution. Risky Boots has found this cavern underneath Sequin Land, and so she sets up this device that lets her rotate the land above, and landlocked towns that she could never plunder or pillage are getting rotated, and they're ending up at the coastline so she can attack them. So it's just a big silly idea, but you as the player get to control that. So you can shift the world around, it's like puzzle stuff, and you can ultimately foil Risky by using her machine against her, but in the meantime, it's fun to slide the layers. Risky Revolution is when a lot of the main cast meets, in some cases, for the first time. So we went straight into Shantae Risky's Revenge, where everyone just somehow knows everybody. There's an entire missing chapter of their lives that was never touched on. One of the things we wanted to have in this game was the link cable support, which sounds funny today. It's fun, it's an experience you don't get anymore. You just need one copy of the game, it sends it out to 3 empty devices. It's lighthearted and fun and really silly, and I think players will like it. I mean, to make a Game Boy Advance game in like this year is crazy, but I think it's a better version of the game than it would have been if it had come out in 2003 or 2004. There's no way this game was coming back without limited run. I mean, this is the only way that this game would ever get into players' hands. To play an actual final, manufactured version in a box is going to be super cool, and so I can't wait for that.
Subscribe to Parallel Happening and turn on the notification bell, so that you won't miss any of our videos. Click here for our latest video and click here for more videos like the one you've just watched.